Now, Mont Hill is a real estate developer and a project planner, and they've taken a lingering look at where retail markets go from here in a report entitled Shaping the Future of Shopping in a Digital Age. I'm pleased to welcome to the studio Hussam Raouf, the Managing Director of Mont Hill here in the UAE. Very good morning to you.
Hi, good morning.
So what were the findings of the report, especially in the context of the already much publicised and well-developed drift to online retailing?
So the report focused on the experiential retail and how it will flow from the offline to online and back, creating a loop of reinvention and connecting many worlds, some of which might not be even relevant to the retail environment today. So the digital and the online and the offline will no longer live separately.
We get a lot of people coming in and saying, look, there is a drift to sort of online retailing from bricks and mortar as well, but that's where it usually stops. But you've said they're going to drift to online and then come back to stores, you think? What's going to cause that?
Yes, absolutely. I think, as we said, the online and the offline together and combined, they will create a new offer, a very progressive model of retail. And also the evolution of the consumption patterns combined with these changes in technologies will determine the changes and drive fundamental changes in the retail in the future.
I mean, worthy words, but I don't really quite understand if people are going away to online retailing, what's going to make people come back into stores?
I think now the shopping mall developers, they are moving towards creating online and e-commerce platforms in order to bring people back. Having a deep understanding of the online and offline and being able to merge between these two worlds will determine the winners in the new age of retail.
Do you mean by that there will be collection centres in the malls and things? Is that really what you're referring to? I mean,
so we are referring to two fundamental changes. The shopping mall developers will be reacting as e-commerce, having a digital platform, and as you said, converting part of the mall into distribution centers. At the same time, the online will also focus on creating an interaction with the human being.
I can see that working in the way some of the strip malls, some of the small malls, because when you look at collection points, you want them to be fairly close to your house. You wouldn't want the hassle, for instance, of driving in. I'm not using this but for any specific reason, but the Dubai Mall of Emirates, where you've got to go and park and have the hassle and then go in, collect one item and come back out again. I can see that model working fairly well with sort of regional and smaller malls. But to be honest with you, I mean, what sort of timescale are we looking for this? Because we see at the moment the drift is pretty much one way, really, to online. How long before the malls reinvent themselves?
I think now the shopping mall developer with the competitive landscape in Dubai, they are working hard in order to change this perception of shoppers and the shopping malls to be more than collecting points. So they are looking for more human interaction and, of course, at the same time, incorporating a digital platform.
I'm not quite with Malks on that one, I have to say. I mean, if you're going to go to a mall, why not buy what you need there, where you can try it on, sniff it, smell it, check it's the right colour, whatever it happens to be?
I think now today the shopping malls are moving more towards an experiential areas rather than transactional areas. So along with the shopping, with the entertainment, with the food and variety also of other offers, that makes them appealing places to be.
But that's only the big successful malls that have plenty of cash at hand. The smaller malls cannot do that. They just simply don't have the money to put an aquarium or a ski slope.
Not necessarily.
Or the size even.
Yeah, no, that's not necessarily. Definitely the interaction with other human beings. Of course, when you go to the shopping malls and you interact with the salespeople, that's why we say today the success of a shopping malls is in the hand of the salespeople, how to create more interaction between them and the consumers.
Yeah, I'm not sure about this build an indoor go-kart and they will spend model. I have to say, I can totally see how people will spend on, I don't know, fizzy drinks, hot dogs, whatever. But I don't necessarily see that people are shopping more because of that.
Yeah, not necessarily. As you said, they are spending more time, and the shopping malls start moving towards a center of a city where they interact, they meet their people. Some of the people, they walk to the mall and they will be working within the mall with the laptop and the coffee shops. Of course, you are spending more in the entertainment and you interact with other people.
If you've ever come down the Sheikh Zayed Road from the World Trade Center heading towards Abu Dhabi, and you've got to the first interchange, the old defence roundabout, and you've seen the queue going off and up and over to get to the Dubai Mall, people coming from the Northern Emirates going for an evening out, I'd be very interested to know how much they're spending per capita when they get into the mall than anything other than perhaps food, and some of the leisure entertainments, whether they actually go into the shops and spend. I'd be very interested to know that. Do you have any idea about that? Do the malls, with their attractions, bring in the right sort of people?
Now the entertainment and the food offers definitely play a critical role in bringing people there. Now the latest statistics suggest that 80% of people, they shop with other people, and 42% of them, they eat at the restaurants or they go to one of the entertainment centers. Means they are looking at the shopping malls, as we said, more for experiential things. Definitely the shopping malls today are challenged to work on their infrastructure to make an ease of arrival and departure, and to give the consumers more than transactions.
Well, as a developer of shopping malls, I'm guessing you probably would say that, and I guess that your business model would be under threat if people moved away from malls and stuck with simple online retailing.
What we are trying to convince our consumers is to combine the online and the offline, because we do believe the online and offline combined, they will create a very progressive model of retail. So both of them, they can't really live separately anymore, but they will feed off one another.
But why would I want to do that? I mean, presumably people develop habits around how they shop. I'm going to do one grocery shop. I'm not going to buy half of my groceries online and half of it offline. If I need to buy a pair of jeans, I'm going to get in the habit of either going down and trying them on or buying them online. So where is this fusion?
I think, as we said, the people, they are developing new consumption patterns, and as you rightly said, they are really relying on multi-channels. So the successful shopping mall developer will try to attract as much as possible from these channels and add on all the entertainment and the food and the attractions.
Well, your report out at the moment quotes the chairman of Cisco Systems as saying at least 40% of businesses will die over the next 10 years if they don't change their entire companies to accommodate new technologies. Now, it sounds like a very much a truism, and it sounds like a quote that's designed to grab headlines. But, I mean, there is a lot of truth in it. I mean, virtually every firm that I know is striving hard to make that leap, to embrace new technologies. But are you seeing a lot of retail firms that are not making that leap?
Some of the retail firms are not really encouraged, and some of the shopping malls developers also, they are not really encouraged to incorporate their technologies transformation. However, we see with this trend as a fact, as you said, because all of this digital transformation is impacting all the industries, and part of the industries is the retail. So we encourage the shopping mall developers and retailers, first of all, to work together. And now, today, there is a missing link between the shopping mall developers and the individual retailers when it comes to digital platforms. We would like to encourage a combined efforts in order to create this transformation.
Well, thank you very much indeed for coming into the studio, Hussam Raouf, the Managing Director of Mont Hill, to talk about the move to and perhaps back from online retailing for bricks and mortar stores. We do appreciate your time this morning. Thank you.